Let's talk about Sal and Gabi Break the Universe, your book that's coming out. Oh my gosh, it's such a great book. So Coleco Academy is an amazing school. And once kids and adults too read the book, everybody is going to want to apply. So can you tell us a little bit about the school, what it's like?
Yeah, so the Coleco School for the Arts is basically a magnet school for middle schoolers who are interested in performance in some way. And so lots of musicians, lots of actors, and of course magicians. This is the place where people go in Miami. And so it's meant to be sort of like a school where people go for a very specialized kind of education, sort of like Fame.
Okay, so let's talk about Sal and how you came to his character.
Yeah, and so Salvador Vidon, Sal, he is very much charge forward, assess the situation, keep moving on, and he discovers that he can peek into different universes. And so if he needs something different to happen in a moment, let's say he's being bullied at school, well, he can peek around into different universes and maybe pick a different option or pull something in from that universe that could help him. And he seems to be pretty good at hiding it because he is a magician, except from one person who is hot on his tail, Gabi. And they eventually start to try to figure out what exactly these powers are and what do they mean.
Yeah, and what's it doing to the multiverse?
Well, this is the other thing that, all this borrowing from other universes could be affecting the fabric of space itself.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I had no idea. Talk a little bit about how you came to use Miami as the location for Sal and Gabi.
Miami I know very well because when I was a kid, I lived in Sarasota, Florida, about 3.5 hours away. And we would go to Miami to visit family for holidays and sometimes just for fun. And it is a city that is full of a unique architecture and a very unique history. It is a Cuban-American Mecca here. And because of that, it has taken on a life of its own. So it's not quite Cuban and it's not quite American. It is very much an assimilated city with its own language. And so to me, it's a great place to set a story because basically having a second language gives you another way to reinterpret the world. I really wanted to capture some of the frenetic, feral happiness that I associate with Cuban culture because it's what I grew up with, And so just wanted to go there.
Well, you went there. It's amazing. I don't want to give away too much of the plot, but a lot of the book has to do with quantum mechanics and the concept of the multiverse. So how did you come to that? I mean, why was that important to you in the book?
Yeah, because I think the multiverse is just one of the recent metaphors that we have for talking about wish fulfillment, If anything is possible out there, maybe if I'm not getting my wish in this universe, maybe somewhere it's happening. And so I think throughout the ages, we've had all sorts of ways of talking about wish fulfillment, and I wish this is what would have happened. Well, this is just another way of talking about that. And so making it science fiction-y can give you, a way to build the world and to make it fun in terms of those sorts of things. But it's really about, coming to grips with the fact that we live this life and sometimes we wish we could live other lives.
Yeah, well said. Let's talk about the other main character, Gabi. She's a ball of fire. She is amazing. Where did she come from?
Yeah, well, sometimes you write characters because you want to be those characters. And so Gabi is very much aspirational. She does the right thing and she is self-assured. She's a born leader, and so I would like to be those things.
And then, again, I don't want to spoil too much, but one of the best parts of what Gabi has to do is deal with the multitude of dads. Without spoiling too much, can you talk about where that came from?
Yeah, and so to me, one of the things that I think the 20th and 21st century is about is thinking about what makes a family, like what constitutes a family. And I think, in previous generations, we had a very tight idea of like what exactly a family was. And that has been changing every generation and usually growing. I've made so many other people part of my extended family, and we've come together, and that we've become family. And so that, you know, the family you select is as important as the family that you are born with.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, and I resonate with that. I know they're going to love Sela and Gabi Break the Universe. It's so fantastic. Thanks for talking with me.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for this opportunity. I mean, everything that you're doing with Rick Riordan Presents, I love. Like, everything from the ethos to the individual works, it is just a start to finish great project. What an honor to be involved.